I don't think it made it fast.
What is it, the Everest ride?
Yeah, that's one of the ones people get on.
I'm like, how do you get down? It's like at mile 17 or 18. How do you sit down that low into the ride and then get back up and go run 7 more miles? Could not do it.
I didn't do any of them, but
Running with Maverick and Wolfman. Maverick here.
Wolfman here. Don't forget to find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and the big one, YouTube. Give us those thumbs up, and that'll help the algorithms.
All right. Tonight we have a very special guest, the one and only Tanya Carpenter. Now, Tanya is not just a mom and a wife and a teacher and a marathoner. She's also a Dopey Challenge completer. Welcome. Tanya.
Hi, all.
Welcome.
Now, Wolfman has one very, very important question to start us off with today.
All right. So what drives somebody to do the Dopey Challenge?
Last year I did the half marathon at Disney, and I was just going around in the parks afterwards and seeing everybody with their dopey medals, and I was like, I can do that. And I always need like a big goal to like kind of kickstart me into like being healthy and making healthy choices. So I was like, let's do this. I called my coach that has coached me through my first marathon and a half marathon that I PR'd, and I was like, want to try this challenge with me? And he was like, sure. So about a year ago, I started at like rock bottom, like 10 miles the first week, and just worked from there.
Very nice.
So,
very nice.
For our listeners that aren't familiar with the dopiness of the Dopey Challenge, can you tell them what happens over the course of several days, please?
So it's 4 races over 4 days. You start with a 5K on Thursday, a 10K on Friday, a half marathon on Saturday, and then the full marathon on Sunday.
So that's why they call it the Dopey Challenge, right? Because you gotta be a little dopey.
A little dopey, a lot of early nights, a lot of early wake ups at 2:30
a.m.
Now, they were earlier this year, though, weren't they?
All of them were started at 5, except for the marathon, and the marathon started at 4:30.
Okay, so just the marathon was earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
And definitely 4 different types of weather. Each day was something different. It was like in the 30s for the 5K, about 40s for the 10K. Saturday was like warm and humid with rain going sideways, and then the full was perfect.
Wow. So I'm curious to know how that affected the people, the native Floridian runners, because when I was there last year, I think it was in the 40s to 50s, and you would have thought it was in the 30s, the way they were dressed.
So my best friend from Georgia did the races with me. She called me the day before signups, and she was like, "Nobody dopies alone. Let's do this together." So she's used to like warm weather.
Yeah.
She had so many layers on. I'm there in like shorts and like a long sleeve for the marathon. She had on pants and like a flannel warm shirt. And I was like, we are so opposite.
Yeah. That's wild.
There was a lot of talk about the Florida cold and all that, but it was fine. It was perfect running weather.
That's funny.
But then again, I did my longest run in 7-degree weather, so I'll
Yeah.
take
Right.
30s.
That
Right.
that must have been really nice.
I enjoyed the 30s. The 7 was a little cold, but I got
Who
it done.
doesn't who doesn't like running in 7-degree weather?
Especially where I run is like our school's parking lot, just because I feel safe. I know the area. So I did 24 miles in our
Oh
little
jeez.
complex.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
24.
So
Right.
when in the marathon for Disney, there's like, I don't even think it's a mile in this Blizzard Beach
Oh,
parking lot.
yeah.
And people were just complaining about
Yeah.
it. And I was like, I can't wait. This is my wheelhouse. And it was
Yeah.
like my fastest mile because I was like, yeah, let's go.
That's awesome. Yeah, people were upset about that last year too, and I was just like, "There's 25 other miles."
Did you like it? Did you like the course? They changed it a little bit this year.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty wild. It was neat. A lot of people everywhere, even when they were on the highway, so that was cool. But yeah, people. Do you follow any of the Disney blogs about the Disney races and stuff?
I was on a couple of Facebook pages and
Yeah,
stuff, and I listened to some of the blogs like at the beginning just to get a feel for what it would be like. Um, but I
they get
really didn't do too much.
they I've seen it. They get pretty upset about a lot of things, and somebody had posted on there that, um, you know, a lot of them have never done anything but a Disney race, so they don't realize that a lot of races aren't like that. So when the littlest thing goes wrong, they just kind of lose their
That's pretty
minds.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe down there. I don't know if because you were probably way up, like I was in the middle of Peck. It was just a different feeling from everybody. Like it was, I don't know, like much more of a community than
Oh
any other
yeah. It
race I've
was
ever done.
It was
it was pretty
magical.
wild. Yeah. Yeah. It was magical. So
I don't know if
what
it's
did you
about
think?
magical at like mile 18, but like
Very very
it was,
magical
I
then.
don't know, it's just like a different, I don't know, vibe. It was the
Yeah.
first time I've been around a lot of race walkers before. So that was like a whole new thing. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah. That is pretty
Or not
wild.
race walkies, but like run walk
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
people.
They had a
Yeah.
lot of that. Yep, yep. Now, did you do any of the rides or anything during the marathon that people do?
No, I don't know how
Rides.
people, you
Wait,
can
what?
ride rides
Yeah, like if the park
During
is
the
open, you
marathon?
can get on a ride. Yeah,
during
That's
the
grounds for
marathon.
disqualification where I come from.
Like
I don't
there's
think it made it
what
faster.
is it, the Everest ride?
Yeah, that's one of the ones people get on.
I'm like, how do you get down? It's like at mile 17 or 18. How do you sit down that low into the ride and then get back up and go run 7 more miles. Could not do it.
I didn't do any of them. But
No, my sister was trying to like get me a drink at mile 25,
okay.
and she was running one way, and I was like, I'm just finishing. I was
Yeah.
happy I was going to PR, and I
Nice.
was like, let's just go.
At mile 25, I'd be like, no, where were you 3 miles ago?
Yeah.
She called me at mile 20. She was like, you need to slow down. They haven't even opened up Epcot yet. And I was like, no.
Nice. So what was the PR?
It was 4:47.
Nice. Well
So
done.
I was happy with that after 3
Yeah.
days of running and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Now, did you do park days also?
we
Or no?
did on the 5K and 10K day,
Okay.
and then the half we just relaxed.
I gotcha.
How are you
That is
after
interesting.
the marathon? Like after that 4th race, how'd you feel? Like were you walking around? Did you have to go lay in
I
the room
felt
or what?
awesome.
You felt awesome.
I did.
This is
I
not
even like
awesome.
I did. I was not sore. The the coach had me. I was good. So
Now,
I
what
don't
was
know if that
your?
meant that I should have ran faster or if it just I don't know.
No, I
Everything
don't.
worked.
I mean, you
Yeah.
PR'd by a lot, right? I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
You just took to it really well. It sounds like, right, Wolfman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
Sounds
well,
like
and
it.
I saw, so my family didn't come down until after the marathon was done. I was like, you're not going to want to see me before all of this. So they came down on Sunday. So I saw my son. I had come back from dinner and he was coming out of the room. So we both like ran to each other. I felt good.
That's
A Disney
awesome.
moment right there.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
magical moment.
Yeah.
Oh
Did
my
you?
gosh, here's one for you.
Yeah.
How many times did you see every mile is magic?
I didn't notice that, to be honest with you.
There was all these signs that said every mile is magic,
Like
and it
official
Huh.
signs
became,
or homemade signs?
yeah, official signs, homemade
I didn't even
signs,
notice.
and it became, my friend was saying that to me every mile of the marathon, and I think it was mile like 14 or 15. I was like, okay, we're good. Every mile is not magic.
Yeah, I did
Just
not
like my
notice
first
that.
non-magical mile.
Yeah, I have
That's
a picture
wild.
of us next to this big blow up cone that like directed you into the
Yeah.
corrals and stuff. And it said, every mile is magic.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at some pictures and see if I just totally missed it.
I will have to send you the picture of us next to the big
Yeah,
light up thing.
that's wild. What was your approach for the races? Was the marathon the focus? Was it every race was a focus?
It was the 5K. We thought we were going to run, and it just, there was too many people.
Hmm.
So we just resigned ourselves to like a shakeout run. The 10K, I decided I wanted to run it. So I'm like running through people, and
Elbows flying everywhere.
it was kind of like that. My friend was like, every time we would hit an uphill, um, I was like sprinting. She's like, you're the only person that like passes people on hills. I took it as a challenge.
That's it.
Um, the half, we just kind of ran the half. It was rainy. It was really slippery
Hmm.
for some reason. It felt like I was running through sand.
Yeah.
So that kind of stunk. Um, and then the full, I don't know. We just went. I wanted to keep under 11-minute miles, and that kind of worked. And then the last 10K, we just went.
Nice. Nice. Now, where's that piece of boardwalk? Was that in Epcot?
Yeah, that was during like the 10K, and then at the end of the full.
Yeah. That was slippery. It rained on marathon day last year, and that was slick.
That was that was that was slick. Well, we didn't do that on the half day. I was having trouble just like going up the up ramps. I wore my oldest pair of shoes on that day because I was like, if it rains and they
Mm.
get yucky, I'm okay not having those for the full.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was like a mistake of epic proportions.
Epcot proportions.
Yeah. Epcot
Epcot
proportion.
proportions.
Well played.
But they changed the full a little bit. So, like, when we came in, we didn't run through the countries.
Oh, okay.
We just kind of ran through it to the other side to finish
Hmm. I think that would
and
have been
get
a
to the
bummer.
choir at mile 26. Do you remember the choir?
I remember the choir. I forget what they were singing. I think they were singing Queen, some Queen song when I went through,
They were
but I
singing,
don't
what
remember.
was the song I got? This Is Me. And I was like crying, and I had just FaceTimed my husband and son who were like getting ready to get on the plane. And I
Yeah,
was like, we did it. And then that song came on, and I'm like,
that's
so I'm sure
awesome.
there's pictures of me crying at some point.
Right
That's
next to those
awesome.
magic signs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right next to the every mile is magic. But yeah, it was a fun experience. My sister and her boyfriend were down there. My friend, so it was nice to see them. They came over, and then we went to our resort, and I had my beignet and adult beverage.
So,
That's,
so what there like? Is there like a lot of emotion in people with it since it's the fourth day, or is it just same as any other race?
For me, there was a ton of emotion because it was just a year of just hard work, and I was very reflective of everything that went into it, and the like how much my family and friends had supported me during the whole thing. And I was just, I don't know, it just all kind of hit me through the whole race. And I was getting text messages and phone calls, and it was just, it was, I don't know, it was just nice. And like the supportiveness of everybody just really hit me a lot during the race.
Cool.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Wolfman doesn't get emotional about it. He's just like a rock.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, though, at the end of that one, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, if it's because the kids showed up at that race, but when I saw them at the end, I almost cried, but I didn't.
Ugh, almost. Next time. Next time.
But yeah,
I'm gonna
it
point
was
out. I'm gonna point out those magic signs, and then that'll get you. You'll be weeping at 18.
yeah, yeah.
Would you do it again?
I would. I
Yeah.
I told my oldest that I did the math when I told him, but maybe when he's like 40, we'll do it together.
Oh,
But then
jeez.
I'll be like what? How old will I be, Mav?
Like 65,
Yeah, something like that.
64 actually. I think.
I think I
But
could still beat him though.
I'm not saying that you can't beat him. I'm just saying like, good luck.
So, what was your favorite part of the experience?
Um, Definitely not the early wake ups. I
Concur.
think just being able to do it with my friend Jen and having those memories with her, and like we just had a lot of laughs and a lot of funny things had like happened during the race. Um, Running wise, nothing beat beats. The best part was going into Magic Kingdom and you go like under the little tunnel of the railroad,
Yeah.
and the energy of all the people on Main Street was just epic. Like, and I'm taking in the whole crowds, and my
Yeah.
friend Jen was like, look up and see the castle, because I'm just taking everybody in. I didn't even look at the castle.
You're
And I
missing
was
the
like, oh,
giant thing in
I
front of you.
know, but the people were just screaming and yelling. Like, I wanted to finish there.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Where did they have you
yeah,
finish at?
Epcot.
yeah. You
Yeah.
start and end at Epcot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
No.
No
What about when your
hesitation.
son is one of your sons are 40?
My kids don't run. They run
Not now,
in
but
their
maybe
sports.
then. Maybe then they will run.
Maybe, but no. I'll go
Don't
hold a
believe.
sign.
There you go.
I
There you
loved it.
go.
I was during the marathon. It's the first time. Usually I hit a goal and I'm like, okay, I'm good for a little bit and I'll take like a year off. But it was the first time during the marathon I was like motivated and I was like, I'm ready to go. Like, I want to go do a marathon. In fact, I signed up for another marathon. Um,
Which marathon?
the Wine Glass
Oh,
Marathon
the
in
wine
Corning.
glass.
That's a good one.
Yes. I did the
Nice.
half with my sister a couple of years ago. It was her first and only, she says, half marathon.
She
And
sounds great.
no, she was like, she'll hate me for telling you this. She flipped off every mile marker sign from mile 8 on. Like, she was done.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty. I would love like running next to that person. I would love that. That'd be great.
That is
She
pretty
was
funny.
like, "Why did you do this to me?" And I'm like, "It's fun. You'll love it. Now you can tell everybody you did it." She's like,
That's
"Okay."
right. That's right. Now, did you dress up for the? Did you guys go in costumes?
We kind of did I bought both of us like these dopey training tank tops that said like 3.1, like, I can't remember. I don't know. They each one was something different, like time suck, like pure insanity, and it ends up at like 48.6 complete dopiness or something.
That's funny.
So we wore those together the one day. Of course, she had her like wool shirt underneath it, and I just had the tank top. Um, and we kind of did for the 5K. We both had blue pants and orange shirts and a black vest, so we went as
Okay.
Goofy. But that
Oh
was
yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
Every other day was just comfort.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I always see the costumes like these really elaborate costumes, and I'm like, why? Why would you
People
want to
do it.
wear that? 26.2 miles. It's horrible.
People did it for
Last
the entire
year,
Dopey, different costumes and everything. I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah, it just sounds like a wardrobe nightmare, doesn't it?
I feel like
Right.
some people spent more time on their costume than the training. Like, that was
Yeah,
way more
yeah,
important.
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely.
Haven't trained at all. Just pick this
Yeah.
up from the
But I
top,
got
and
this
I'm good to
real nice
go.
costume.
Did you see last year there was some guy that dressed up in full Captain Jack Sparrow
Oh yeah.
and ran the whole half marathon like how he
No,
Yeah,
runs?
that like
no, Tanya,
goofy.
That,
that
like,
was Jack Sparrow, and
Yeah.
he was running the marathon.
it may have been.
I heard he goes every year. I don't know if that's true or
Really?
not, and I don't know if it's the same guy, but I heard he goes every year.
I did not see him this year.
Oh
We
yeah.
did see the balloon ladies as we were like heading to the
They do
start.
exist.
They do exist. I have
I
pictures.
Wait,
wow.
they disqualify people, right?
Yeah, they like if you're too slow, they like sweep you off the course, right?
I guess if you fall behind them,
Okay.
Oh,
That's where
so
the
they
bikers
run it
are.
or whatever.
So they walk at a 16-minute
Okay.
pace, and
Perfectly.
then supposedly.
And then they sweep you off the course. I think Lynn told us about this before. So they sweep you off the course, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah. But you get your box and whatever medal for that race, but you just don't get the challenge
Yeah. So
medals.
you get the medal if you
They
don't
still give
complete
you the
it.
stuff.
Yeah, you still get the medal, but you don't get the challenge medals.
Oh, so if you did
All
the
right.
dopey and
Time
got
out.
swept, you don't get the medal?
Time out. So you had like 47 medals on in
Yeah.
that picture, right? So you get one medal per race, so that's 4,
Mhm.
plus a 5th
Mhm.
medal for completing all of it,
You get, hold on, I have
right?
them here.
Yes.
You get a 5th medal for doing the half and the
Yeah.
full, which
Okay,
is the goofy,
Yep.
right. So you get the
and
goofy,
then
and then you get another
you
one.
get the dopey one for doing all of them.
6 total medals.
Yep.
6 total medals.
Now, Wolfman, I don't know if you saw the picture of Tanya, but it
I
looks
did.
like she's gonna have major cervical problems because that's a lot of weight around her neck
Yeah.
in the picture.
Somebody weighed them. It was like 5 pounds of medals.
Yeah,
Oh, really? I believe it.
And
I
that
like
didn't.
all
picture
day
is the
walking
only
around with that.
time I've had the marathon medal on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think all day the fourth day I wore the 3 medals that I got that fourth day. I was that
That's
guy.
All
that's
day,
impressive.
like
They were
All day.
heavy.
24 hours.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. At the park.
I did wear my dopey medal Sunday because we went to Magic Kingdom, did the pictures, and had dinner, and then I wore it on Monday to Epcot.
Nice.
I would wear that to work.
I still wear it.
I did take it to
All
school,
of them.
and I let my kids put them on in my
No,
class.
that's cool.
That's sweet and all, but I'm telling you, like, you should wear them and just be like, listen, how was your weekend? Look what I did.
This sounds a little morbid. I want, when I die, I
Oh
want my
God.
medal like on my urn.
Oh God.
There you go.
I told, before I ran my first marathon, I told my husband that in my obituary, I wanted to say like loving mother and wife and marathon completer.
Basically,
Nice.
the intro we did.
Basically.
That's awesome. What other
So,
marathons have you done?
just Steamtown.
Okay.
So this was number 2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wine glass is
And
number 3. Those are
wine
some good
glass will be
ones.
number 3, and then I think I'll be done with
Those
my
are good ones.
marathon career.
I don't believe that.
Stick with half marathons.
Oh,
There you go.
maybe. We'll see.
I do like a good half marathon, but we'll see.
Yeah, half marathon sounds lovely.
We
Have
got to
you
get
done
you to
one
do
yet?
one.
No, not in a race. I've run it non-competitively for funsies.
Just for funsies. That's awesome.
We'll do the dopey challenge, and it can be for funsies.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. Oh.
More than
Listen,
funsies, it's magical.
getting up early and getting there to run early would be awesome. I would love that part of it. But it's the marathon part that I'm not, I wouldn't
It
be looking
really
forward
was
to.
not as bad. I was very proud of myself. I ran the whole thing, and I was nervous about it, but it really went well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
If you don't mind me asking, what is some kind of crazy dopey challenge cost?
I can't
Roughly.
tell you. I haven't even told
Roughly.
my husband.
And can
It's our secret. I just don't tell
Yeah.
him.
just
You have to run one to find out.
just tell me how
Yeah,
many quarters it would take. If I was to
it
put
would take
quarters in a machine,
It would take a lot. It
Yeah,
was it was
it's
less than my 7-day ticket to Disney, but not
oh
by much.
oh very good.
Yeah.
Listen, here's my question though. Like, so you sign up for the Dopey, right?
Mhm.
Is it like is the cost of like 3 the same as the cost of doing all 4? Like, is there like a deal or something?
There's a deal, I guess,
Yeah,
because I think one race was like 225
yeah. I
ish.
think I think
So
if
you
you
do all
did the
4, you get a
math,
better deal.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and you
What if
get
you just do
6
2 of them?
shirts,
6 shirts, 6 medals, cool little Mickey Mouse hat.
Brand new
which I didn't
suitcases
know
for the
about.
department.
That was a complete
Yeah,
surprise. When we came like
I didn't
across
know
and
it
they're
either. That was
handing us all
awesome.
the stuff, they're like, "Here's your marathon hat."
I was like, I'm glad I didn't buy one.
I got Dopey 2025 like stitched on the back.
Oh, now that would have been a good idea. I didn't do that.
Should have got tattoos.
I actually thought about that, like a little like Mickey head with like a
Yeah, right?
48.6 in it. And then I
Oh,
was
Yeah,
like, my kids would be mad that that's what I would get a tattoo of and
that's
not
it.
like their names or
Nope.
something.
Sorry, guys.
But
That would be pretty cool though if they had that like set up right afterwards. Like,
oh, a tattoo
get your
parlor.
medal, get your shirt, at tattoo, boom.
That would be something.
it seems like they had
Right?
everything else set up. They
Yeah,
could
Yeah,
just
that'd be
set one
pretty
of those up.
awesome. That and like have like a little wedding ceremony too if people want to get married afterwards with all the emotion going.
people probably do.
The people that came across with like, I saw some pictures of people with like big pieces of cake
Really?
and like drinks
Just
and
married.
I've seen people with drinks, but yeah, where would you get cake?
What did you get? I got a pound of cake.
What is, I like this word segues, but that segues into a good question. What is the strangest thing you ate during training or the race?
baked lays,
Baked Lays. Oh, like
like the potato chips.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was doing like a 20-mile run and I was like, I just need something. And I had some baked lays in the back seat of my car. So I was like, had a couple of those and kept going. And I was like, it gave me salt. My stomach didn't hurt
yeah.
after. I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah, you're probably like
That's a
so
good
hungry
one.
anything could work, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but that was, and so my friend Jen brought me like a bag of them. So each night after, like before I went to bed, before the races, I had a handful, and I was like, then it became superstitious for me. So I
Oh yeah,
needed to have a handful of them each
Where are
yeah.
night
my
before bed.
chips? Where are my chips?
I know how that is. That's me and the Dunkin' Donuts croissant thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And,
That's true.
but that might have been the weirdest. Otherwise, I stuck to my gels and water.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So let me ask you this: were you tired after those 4 days? Did you like crash and not? Because Wolfman, you lost your voice.
Yeah, I did. I forgot about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he ran so hard he lost his vocals.
yeah. I think it was probably more wrangling 4 kids through Disney, but yes, by the end of it, I lost my
No,
voice.
no.
That would have been tough. I don't think, I think, like I was telling my family, please don't come until Sunday. But I just think it would have been hard doing both, like
Yeah,
until Sunday. And then we stayed from Sunday to Friday so
Yeah.
I could just enjoy it. My family was really happy because usually when we go to Disney, I have like this fast Disney walk. And they
You
were
couldn't
like,
walk.
this is kind of nice. You're slowing down a little.
That's funny.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm definitely a fast walker. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we looking at? What's going on?
I mean,
Yeah,
you got to get on those rides by a certain time, or you don't get on those rides.
That's it.
I know.
So
too
you
am
were
a
But
fast walker.
sore, tired?
I wasn't sore at all, which kind of surprised me.
Really?
Yeah, nothing was sore. I was good getting on buses and rides. Um, I
Really?
slept, and I didn't even sleep. Well, that night, Sunday night, I
Yeah.
was like, by 9 o'clock, I was like, good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Don't
That's
talk to
awesome.
Um, yeah, and usually I can't fall asleep until everyone's in bed and the TV's off. Nope,
Yeah.
that's out.
How'd you feel at the beginning of the marathon? Like after the first 3 races?
I felt good. It was weird not being able to like stretch or do anything. Like there was like a couple toe touches, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
It was kind of funny. Like 3 miles in, I was like, oh, Jen, we're finally halfway. Like of
Yeah.
the 48 miles. And then
Right. Right.
somebody said, like, I think at mile 16, they're like, in 2 hours, we'll have a beer in our hands. And I was like, that was the most motivating thing I
Oh,
heard.
that's
I was
motivating?
like, I was like,
Yeah.
2 hours, we're going to be done. But it was kind of
Yeah.
sad because, like, all of this work and everything, I'm like, it's all done.
So you cross that line and you're like, what do I do now?
Exactly.
I'm gonna sign
Sign
up
up
for wine glass.
sign up for wine glass, sign up for the Scranton half.
Yeah.
There's a half you can do.
Yeah.
What
See
what month
that?
is it? I forget.
It's in April.
Yeah.
And
I
their
like to forget.
medals are going to be over the next 4 years, the skyline of Scranton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you got to start this year and
Uh-oh.
then do them for the next 3 years and get
I'll have
4 medals.
look into that. Is Michael Scott in the skyline? Because that would be funny.
I think in the third year, there's a Dunder Mifflin one, like on one of the buildings.
I might have to at least do the 3rd year. I'll have to look into this. That's motivating for me.
It's a nice half. There is one big hill, but
Yeah.
I like a good hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think I could get into the half. That'd be all right.
Signing them up.
It's a fun race. I've
Yeah.
done that one about 4. I think this will be number 5.
Nice.
Jeez.
Sounds like a go-to.
Jeez, got to get to the next hand.
I know. So, hey, what did you do with all your medals? I'm trying to
They're right
decide.
there.
They're like in my little pouch,
Take
and
a look.
Yeah, they're hanging up.
are they?
I could. Yeah, I have a bag of all of them because my wife says I have too many. But I've got certain ones on like display, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's one that rotates in and out. Like the most recent marathon I do takes the place of the last one, except for those ones. They'll just stay there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I've got 2 with like one just has my halves in Steamtown, and then the other one just has all my fun looking ones. But I'm thinking
yeah.
of getting one just for the Disney ones.
I almost got one of those picture frame things that they have where they have all the spots for the medals and then your finishing pictures in the middle or whatever. It
Oh,
was on
that's
one of those
fun.
it's on one of their Facebook group pages. It looks
Yeah.
neat.
I saw something on Etsy that had like, it was like a medal that had all 4 parks represented.
Oh,
And
that'd be
I was
neat.
like, that might be coming home here soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that when you asked about that, Wolfman would just like pull the medal right out.
Yeah, just wear them.
My
No, I
favorite
mean,
one is right here. I always
yeah.
wear my favorite.
I see you have
Yeah,
our Dopey shirts are like,
I have the Dopey shirt on. Yeah.
I have the marathon one on
Oh, okay.
today. The Our Dopey one is like a yellow, which I
Oh,
love,
really?
but I thought it would make me look all yellow on
Jaundiced.
here. So exactly, it wasn't the look I was going for.
I think the 5K one is yellow from last year. It's either the 5 or the 10K. I would have liked a red one, but I got purple and maroon instead.
People were complaining about the
Oh,
yellow shirts.
I bet. I bet.
They had some issues with the timing
Oh,
devices
I
on
heard
their
about
tags
that.
this year.
I
Yeah,
heard
there was
about that.
That's
a
terrible.
lot of.
Yeah. I mean, um, yeah, I go to a lot of races. Most things go off pretty smooth, but things happen.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Besides that, I
Yeah.
thought it was very well
Yeah.
organized. Like the number of buses and that just
Yeah.
took you to the races was amazing.
Oh yeah. I think it's like everything they do. They just have it down. They've got all the logistics figured out.
Now, if they could just get it to not rain on race day,
Yeah.
that would be perfect.
Yeah.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
It's an extra $45 though.
I'd pay it for it not to rain on race
After,
day. Totally
after
worth
we
it.
plunked down as much as it was, I'll pay
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Well, it was great listening to you tell us the story, and pretty incredible. To be honest with you, I can't even get to the marathon. So for you to do those 4 back to back to back like that is crazy and incredible,
Yeah.
and we appreciate the story and the magical moments that you shared with us.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for listening.
Oh,
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
we love listening to it, and
Anytime.
listen, and no one's gonna ever look at you the same ever again. They're gonna be like, that woman did Dopey.
Yeah.
I'm like, I told everyone, I'm like, you can officially call me Dopey, and I won't be mad.
That's
That would
funny.
be it. Like, get the license plate, get the stickers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have the magnet. Once I can wash my car, that magnet's going on.
That's great. Love it.
That is pretty fantastic. Good.
Well,
So,
thanks again.
well,
Yes.
thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Maverick and Wolfman running out.